What's up, everybody? Today we're going to do something a little different. But first, I'm going to do sort of more of a regular kind of video that I normally do, looking at a cool old record or two. But then stay tuned afterwards for some extra special goodness, interactive, whatever. We'll get there. Okay, first of all, though, I want to talk about a group called, you probably haven't heard of, called A-tack out of Milwaukee. Very obscure, late 80s group. This is their single My Car on VU Records from 1988. And on first glance, this would just be taken as one of the most probably obscure random raps of all random rapdom. It's a trio by three guys named Peachy, T.A. Wiz, and Special K. Not that Special K, or not either of those Special Ks. Another Special K. But what makes this not random rap at all is Peachy. Peachy, who produces, DJs, and raps on here, is actually better known today as Speech, who of course you know from A-Rrested Development, the lead guy, and who then went on to go solo, and he's still putting out music today. He's got a nice fancy website and all that. So that's Speech. Back in the day, he's known as Peachy. This was back, I mean, I think he was in high school, around that age. And they were part of a group, a lot of Milwaukee groups were part of a group called the Fresh Walking Generation, which is a shout out on the label there. Sort of a collective of artists. In fact, Peachy, if you've been reading my text blog, you know I did a blog on Milwaukee obscure stuff, and one of the records that MIDI Cool is Chillin', Peachy produced or co-produced that 12-inch too. So A-tack is a little more traditional hip-hop than A-Rrested Development was. They didn't have singers and obscure dancers, and I mean, I don't even really know all the people who are in A-Rrested Development. This is much more straight up, three guys doing classical hip-hop beats and rhymes. The first song this is a 4-song single. The first one's called My Car. It's sort of kind of similar to like My Hoopty, stuff like that. It's sort of a fun song, you know, about a junky car. I think the horn, they scratch up a horn sound on the hook, and I think it might actually be the horn sound from Jazzy 5's Jazzy Sensation. I could be wrong about that, but it sounds like that one. So it's just sort of a lighthearted, fun hip-hop song. Then That's Right is more of a straightforward b-boy cut about their DJ, stuff like that. It's got some nice cuts on there. The next song is Tip the Bottle. That's pretty interesting. It's very, again, it's light in tone. They're young, they're sort of having fun. Some of the verses are kind of silly about girls and stuff, but it's about alcoholism all, and it's also about meeting a homeless guy, which is sort of an interesting precursor to Mr. Wendell, which is of course Arrested Development's biggest, greatest hit. I mean, maybe not the greatest. I always preferred Tennessee and Revolution, but it was certainly their biggest one, the one that got on MTV and all of that. So anyways, it's sort of an interesting prelude to that. It takes a different tone, but it's still pretty dope. It's got some serious messages sort of in there along with the fun. And then the last song is A-Tack on the Wax Part 2, which is probably the best song. So obviously, if their second single features A-Tack on the Wax Part 2, then the first single must be A-Tack on the Wax Part 1, and that's right. Now that single is very rare. I haven't got it. If you want to find a copy, unless you're super lucky, you're going to pay a lot of money for it. But back in 2009, Jameel Records, which I've been blogging about, they did the Milwaukee stuff. They also did the Run DMC Black History Month not so legitimate 12-inch, they put out a repressing of A-Tack on the Wax Part 1. Wow, right here on the 7-inch single. It's in a picture cover, although it's sort of a lo-fi picture cover, like their two-tone one. I mean, it's really just sort of some paper printouts in a plastic sleeve, but still, you know, it's nice that they actually found their logo and found a picture of A-Tack, so there you can see the three of them. A little lo-fi, but they do it up nice, and they actually press up the 7-inch on nice clear blue vinyl. That's pretty dope. And this is an exact duplicate musically of the first 12-inch. It's just the one song, A-Tack on the Wax on the A side, and then the dub version on the B side. Of all their music, this one is the best. A-Tack on the Wax Part 2 is not really a sequel, it's really just a remix of the first one. It's the same lyrics and a lot of the same cuts as the first one. It's just they change it musically, they add a lot more guitar and stuff. And so this one's more raw, and this is doper. This is the better version. And so, fortunately, it's been repressed and pretty easy to find. Even this one is a pretty rare record, but this one, currently out now. It's limited though to 100 copies, so if you haven't picked up a copy yet, you want to stash it quick. Mine's number 20. It's a hand-numbered run of 100, so not that many out there. Small audience for it, but you know, if you're one of that audience, you want to jump on it. Because yeah, this is really dope. This is even better than any of the stuff on the other single. So again, this is the first version.
Music is romantic, it's implied without static. Phenomenal indeed, and that's emphatic. My rhymes give a sound that I kind over 9, but appropriate in battle. Whenever it's time, you know.
Excuse me, Peachy. May I?
May you what?
May I get on the turntable?
Why, of course. other words in combination, also the job of MCs to show determination. The way the rap developed and the way it's created, always shown and proved.
I mean, there is a raw kind of, you know, almost amateurish kind of thing, I guess, in the mastering and the way the vocals are laid in. It's definitely some raw, old school, very indie kind of stuff, but it's dope.
May I?
May you what?
Oh, my rec is popping, you hear that?
Why, of course.
PT on the steel, and you know he's chill to take beats under his hand, cause that's the real deal. Fresh beats are delivered to the north and south, and at any given Johnny keeps rocking the house.
But it's definitely worth picking up if you appreciate dope 80s stuff like this. Alright, so this is the first song, My Car. Like I said, see if you think that hunkin' is Jazzy 5. It sounds like it to me. And by the way, the tire screech you're going to hear is definitely from that screech. You wanna ride? That's definitely what they're sampling there. But I think maybe Jazzy 5. That's what it sounds like. I recognize it, but I could be wrong.
My car.
That one.
I drive a raggedy car, Ford white and red, but I'd rather ride a bike or a skateboard instead, because my car never works. It always gives in. The man at the auto shop has become my best friend. I could easily buy a new one, so they ask me why, but I just tell them cause I have more important things to buy, like 2 people speakers kicking in my room, a real huge boom box with a triple dose of boom. My house is laid, my bills are paid, there's no need for me to use rate. I got it made in the shade, and that's exactly why I pray to be the star that others are, and I would really be real far if it wasn't for my car, my car, my car, my car, my car.
That's that tire screech I was telling you about.
My car is fresh. We call it the two-tone Seville, but everybody knows it's a Ford for real.
So yeah, definitely a little more traditional hip-hop than Arrested Development later on, but this is actually probably more my speed, more my kind of thing. In fact, this next song, That's Right, this actually might be the best song on this 12-inch. I still prefer A-tack on the Wax, the original, but this might be the best one of the songs here, with a nice little Curtis Blow sample on the hook.
Searching for the party where the people will be rocking off the music of the guns. Now the girls are flocking just to see this old boy in action is good, cause he'll cut like a DJ should. Are we live? Are we live? Yo, Peachy, cut the beat, just tell him right
Drums
now.
are dope on this one. That Congo bit earlier, there's Curtis Blow. That's right, y'all. His name is Curtis Blow.
Right now, we're busting with a brand new groove. We rock before
There's
the
a
table,
Congo.
but we have something to prove, and that's proof that we rock. Are there any conditions? But first we need your permission. Are we live?
Alright, so tip the bottle. Alright, tip the bottle.
Tip the bottle up. Wait, I remember one man walking down the street, shoes so holy you could see his feet. I was walking next to him, rocking go-go beats. My feet was hurting so bad I thought I sported cleats. I sat down with this man, so glad I had, cause I was thinking, what's he drinking pouring out of the bag? And then I asked, is there a way that I could be like that? These were his words exact, tip the bottle up.
Alright, so now this one is the A-tack on the Wax Part 2. Lyrically, it's the same, cuts and scratches, and most of the music is the same. There's a few other samples in there, but the main thing, they clean up the mastering. It does sound a little more professional. It sounds better. At the beginning, it's going to sound doper. But then they come in with the loud, overlaid guitars, and I really don't think you need that sound. So it sounds overproduced to me. But in some ways, they do clean it up and enriching it. The beginning sounds good.
Music is chromatic, it's a draw without static. Phenomenal indeed, and that's emphatic. My rhymes give us something not kind of a nod, but appropriate in battle. Whenever it's time, you know.
Excuse me, Peachy. May I? May you what? May I get on the turntables?
Why, of course.
Dig this. Dig this. Dig this. Dig this. Dig this.
Yo.
Dig this.
The structure of rap, in other words, a combination of soul, the job of MCs to show determination. The way the rap developed and the way it's created.
Percussion's a little odd here, but it's really just a guitar. So they're gonna come in more later and get louder and more overwhelming, and that is really all needed. Stick with the original, or the repress of the original.
Better known as TA the. Excuse me, Special K. May I? What? You may get on the turntables.
So yeah, that was Speech before he was Speech, when he was Peachy. Some pre-Arrested developments, pretty cool stuff, some pretty fun stuff. Nice sort of historical find, but also some pretty dope hip-hop. But now, okay, I want to get into what else I was going to do. A few people have actually emailed me, I get it all the time actually, sometimes through my blog and stuff, but recently a couple people have emailed me some questions about some specific records, and instead of just answering their email, or worse, ignoring their email, I thought, you know what, I actually take some time, talk about it in the video, and actually play some clips, respond to their questions. So, the first... Well, you know what, maybe I shouldn't say their names, because I haven't actually asked, I haven't actually cleared this with anybody. I don't want to throw up their YouTube names or anything, just in case. I'll keep it on the DL, but okay, so the first person asked me about if I was familiar with a parody of Eric B. and Rakim's I Know You Got Soul, which came out at the time, the late 80s, possibly on the same label, and yes, I know what he's talking about. Not quite on the same record, though. It's Urban Rock Records. It's Mr. X and Mr. Z. We Drink Old Gold. So yeah, it features the same James Brown samples as I Know You Got Soul. It features the MC doing a pretty close impression of Rakim from I Know You Got Soul. But as opposed to that, of course, it's rapping about drinking malt liquor. It's sort of a novelty record, but not really, because first of all, these guys went on to release another 12-inch, but also it's got a pretty cool B-side called We Kick It Live, which is a pretty straight non-parody. So here it is, Drink Old Gold. Standard label sleeve.
I know.
Well, it's been a short time since I drunk one. I stepped to a party and had fun. I think about all the times I wanted some. The time now, I'm drinking and just begun drinking this. I can never miss the taste of the 40 when it's to my lips. Just wait by the freezer, hand on the handle. When I crack it, turn up the bottle, drink to the beat until I hear it flow. Then get another, it's good to go. It's the full of the word when I'm out of control. And caught some 40s, old gold, better than crack or smoking dirt. Spray down your throat and watch it work. With this bell, I'll press my luck. With a 40 in the freezer, I might throw up. It's nice to be drunk, swallow the slipper, a drugable. Joke at the bed that was drunk a long time ago. They could be drunk, but only I can drink it. For those that can drink is drink and keep drinking. I start to drink, and then I think I see elephants that are colored pink. When I'm drunk, I'm trapped inside the bottle. I escape when I chant my motto. I drink gold, gold, gold.
That's tight, right? And of course, one of the fun parts about that is how close he sticks to the original rhyme scheme and the lyrics of Rakim's verses. Lots of plays on his classic lines. But like I said, it's not all novelty. This B-side is pretty dope.
It's to me.
So it's kind of like a mega mix throughout. There's some vocals in it, interspersed here and there, but it's mostly this kind of crazy bugged out instrumental, scratches and everything.
Yo, put that record back on.
Sorry.
So yeah, fun record, definitely worth having in your crates. Alright, then the next viewer asked me about a single by the UBC. The song Mail It Frosty is one of the best on their album. In fact, it's my personal favorite. I think it's the best. Although they have some other dope songs. And they have a single of it with some remixes, but the single is pretty obscure and hard to find. So he asked if I had it, if I knew anything about it, and if you could tell me what the remixes were like, if they're worth tracking down. So yes, I do have it. Mail It Frosty remixes by the UBC. Their third and final single, unfortunately. The remixes are kind of cool. There's 3 remixes, but there's really only 2. The Skip a Dip and Hypertype remixes are pretty much just variations on the same thing. They mostly use the same sample, so it's pretty much the same remix. So there's basically 2, they're just slightly altered. So there's that one, and then there's the bass groove mix. The bass groove mix is easily the most interesting. It takes a lot of elements from the original Mail It Frosty. It's, you know, the signature sample, I don't even know what that instrument is, that ding 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 ding, whatever that sound is. It sounds great. I don't know what it is though. That's still on here, but the bass line stuff is removed, and it's actually the same David Bowie bass line that Vanilla Ice used for Ice Ice Baby. It doesn't sound as good as the original. The original still wins, but you know, if you're in one of those situations where you want to play kind of that Ice Ice Baby groove at a party or something, but you don't want to be the DJ that actually puts on Vanilla Ice, then this is definitely the way to go. This has got, you know, it's the same rhyme, so it's a great classic UBC spectacular verses on here. And then the other 2 remixes, again, it uses some elements from Mail It Frosty, but it's got some more funk guitar stuff, some soul samples on it. It's pretty cool. This one I actually prefer to the bass groove mix. The bass groove mix is more interesting, but the other one's better. Still, though, the original, the album version takes it home. If you only have one version of Mail It Frosty, you need the album version. And if you have that, you can sleep at night. This, if you're a completist and you want everything by UBC, which makes sense because they're dope, then you want to track this down. It's worthwhile. It's worth listening to, but it's not a must-have. The must-have version is the one on the album. So, alright, so starting out with the one with the Ice Ice Baby bass line. It doesn't really quite 100% gel all the time with the original music and the Ice Ice bass line. It sounds best on the hook, is where it really kind of gels together. Which is a shame, because his flow, of course, is the best part of any of the songs. Of course, you recognize this. See, there's that original music.
Time to get frosty.
RoboCop.
Style. My skyscape is high and I don't need no new now. Plus the East spectacular show. I pulled a flow bustin' all who try to throw. These spectaculars is back. The rebel, basing MCs in the kicking back treble. Dropping metaphors and scores with lyrical flaws. Blinding minds with rhymes for the time. A new term, yet with the age of super sperm.
It is pretty dope.
Like a rash worth a mega donut cash. I ain't a violent player, so sadness don't trust me. I'm quattro like Nacho. Mail It Frosty.
That vocal sample is nice too. Alright, so here's the other one.
Rappers say I'm corny, others say I'm mediocre. I'm nastier than Oprah and paid more than Oprah. Wearing the tape.
You like that? Dropped it in the same lyrical spot.
Cause yo, the frost I'm throwing, surging like a virgin on the first date. Yo, say Andy Nash, this is great. Come and step to me if you wish to squeeze me. But like the Blitz says,
easy greasy.
Rhymes cause headpins, and I collect mega wins. Flexing a Benz, cause I'm clocking the end. My soprano like stand-up, you never could've lost me. I ain't going out like Melvin, I'm nailing it frosty.
Okay, then finally, the mighty DJ Thor. I know he'll be cool with me shouting out his name, of the Stitch by Stitch blog. He asked me. I did a blog post a little while ago about Nayla's most recent album. Only This One Counts. She's doing this one pretty much herself, distributing it herself. She's actually recently she's been overcoming vocal cord cancer, so her voice is changing. This is, as she said, the last album with her original voice. This is not through a record label at all, although it's in a nice quality package. It's a dope picture cover. It's a very cool red and hot pink vinyl. It's kind of marbleized, the red and the hot pink. I don't know how you can see it. And it's a full-length album, 10 songs. So I already blogged about it. If you've been reading my blog, you know all about it. But he asked me if I could play some clips, because really nowhere online does anybody have sound clips for this, because it's really only available basically through Nail It directly or through the site called Access Hip Hop, and they don't have sound clips. So yeah, I'll play some sound clips off the album now. I'll just do some random needle drops. It's a dope album. It's got a cool sound to it. It's all produced by a guy named A-Rrested, or I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. I mean, he spells it R-E-Z-U-L-T. How else would you say it? Result. who I've never heard of before. As far as I know, this is the only thing he's done. But he's got a cool, consistent sound to it, and B, unlike maybe Nayla's last album, which was good but not great, I felt like she didn't really match with the production there. And here, I feel like he really gels much better with Nayla's voice and flow. So, just some random clips.
But we could if we wanted to. Should have it's haunting you. I know I saw, yes, I seen it too. And I'm okay that nothing's true. Maybe we're the reason that the sky's so blue. And yeah, this big pretend might take us all in if we don't stay one step ahead after the roof is falling. So I'm calling on you people stuck in people prison, caught up in a cycle when the wheels pop dying. Fast track towards destruction, I'm off the road, putting out the fire before I self-implode. Blame it on stubborn, blame it on growing up old. On my back burner, like a lovable. We all need a little, but some take too much. Feels like it not my soul back. Capture like Kodak, got my new call back. Don't go in my direction, my thoughts can't hold that. I wake in broken nightmares over, proud of my brain like that. In the hallway of hopes and fears, like it not my soul back. Capture like Kodak, got my new call back. Don't go in my direction, my thoughts can't hold that. What they mean when they say actions speak louder words than they begin. Won't put hands outside my door anyway. Something's been missing, lost like yesterday. Now I know what they mean when they say actions speak louder words than they begin. Won't put hands outside my door anyway. Something's been missing, lost like yesterday.
Brace for impact. Listen. Brace for impact. Listen.
That's dope, right?
Brace for impact. Listen. Brace for impact.
I'll do one more here. It's all got a very consistent sound to it, though.
Now it's unrecognizable like untraced steps. My dreams hot like chemical, legal like cigarettes. Pocket full of maybe, so it changes all that's left. I'm floating by, why even try my easy to forget? It's only nice at first sight it sheds. It might be right, there's way too many shades of red. I can't hear the death, I won't die trying. If I said I would love you, I was lying. I can't.
So yeah, I mean, it's got, you know, like I said, consistent sound. It doesn't really sound all the same, but there's some very, you know, very kind of similar drums and the deep bass lines and the tones. It makes it a very consistent, solid album. It's got some variety once the DJs get in there and start cutting it up, as you heard. And certainly, again, you know, each sound does sound unique, and it's got some cool flows to it and some nice lyrics, which are all, by the way, printed on the back. So pick this up out if you can find it still. Help Nayla out with her issues with her hospital bills and things, and you'll be rewarded. It's actually it's actually probably cheaper than a regular cost album these days. And like I said, dope red and hot pink vinyl, picture cover, absolutely 100% recommend it. So yeah, so that was a little bit different doing the questions and all. I don't know, maybe it makes it a little more fun, shakes up the format, makes it a little more interactive. So yeah, if you got some more questions, you know, or not, maybe it sucks. We'll see what you think of this video afterwards. But if you got any more questions, you know, ask them, hit me up. You know, I get some questions on my blog anyway. So, you know, I'll do them in videos. And, you know, bear in mind, I don't have absolutely every single rap record ever yet, but I'm working on it. But no, you know, if there's some obscure stuff you've never been able to hear or able to find out about, you know, drop me a line. If I can hook you up with it, I'll put it in the video, make it a little more fun, change up the format a little bit. So till next time, we're Nirvana on Rod. Again, peace out.